On today's show, Chevrolet just unveiled the ZR1 Corvette, and it's a monster. People who put down deposits on the Tesla Model 3 are waiting patiently, and how engineers and designers argued about the new Ford Expedition. All that and more coming right up on Autoline Daily. This is Autoline Daily, the show for enthusiasts of the automotive industry. Despite long delays in production for Tesla's Model 3, people who plunked down a deposit on the car are sitting tight. Bloomberg reports that the waiting line is actually getting longer. Total deposits, which include Model 3s, Powerwall storage batteries, and Model S and X's, went up 14% in the third quarter. Talk about brand loyalty. These customers are rabidly loyal to Tesla, even though most have never owned one. Speaking of Tesla, it's going to do a live unveil of its electric semi-tractor on Thursday. With his typical understated restraint, Elon Musk said, quote, "This will blow your mind clear out of your skull and into an alternate dimension." Tesla clearly needs some good news to offset a disastrous financial report and, quote, production hell problems building the Model 3. And in other EV news, Mercedes-Benz is getting set to introduce an all-electric version of its Citaro bus. The company is still testing prototypes, but it's aiming to start production towards the end of next year. And with a number of cities around the world proposing banning vehicles with internal combustion engines, this is an ideal solution. Indian automaker Mahindra recently announced plans to build a new assembly plant in the Detroit area to make off-road vehicles. And now it's considering selling Ssangyong cars in the U.S., but it hasn't decided on which models, Bloomberg reports. Mahindra owns a majority stake in Ssangyong, but the board still needs to approve the proposal. And still to come, I'll look at the new ZR1 Corvette.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone Tires, your journey, our passion. Dow Automotive Systems, advanced materials that deliver better results. Lear, a global leader in automotive seating and electrical systems. And by Hyundai, better drives us.
In a time when fuel economy is one of the most important things for an automaker to focus on, it's amazing to see so many high-performance beasts being introduced. And Chevy just took the wraps off the newest ZR1 Corvette with 755 horsepower. The car's LT5 engine cranks out that much power thanks to a supercharger that has 52% more displacement than the Z06's LT4 supercharger. It's also the first GM vehicle to use both direct and port fuel injection. To achieve its top speed of 210 miles per hour and not overheat, the ZR1 comes with an all-new front fascia that is designed to channel more air into an additional 4 heat exchangers. A new carbon fiber hood helps to clear the supercharger. A front underwing is also helpful, as well as it comes with 2 aero packages, which can produce up to 60% more downforce than a Z06 with the available Z07 performance package. No word on pricing just yet, but the 2019 ZR1 goes on sale next spring. Okay, now to the other end of the automotive spectrum. Looks like the public is getting more interested in plug-in hybrids compared to other green cars. So far this year, sales of PHEVs are growing faster than any other segment. They're up nearly 34% in the American market so far this year, compared to BEVs, which are up 21%, and hybrids, which are up 8%. One reason for that growth is that there are 6 new plug-in hybrid vehicles compared to last year. The best-selling PHEVs are the Prius plug-in and the Chevrolet Volt. When automakers design a new vehicle, there are plenty of arguments over what to do. Coming up next, the chief engineer of the new Ford Expedition talks about one argument they had on that SUV.
Bridgestone's new Ecopia Plus tires are fuel efficient and engineered to give you 20 extra miles per tank.
20 extra miles? Good, because usually I have to stop and fill up there. Hit me, Ben.
Learn more at bridgestonetire.com.
We've talked about the compromises engineers and designers must make when creating a new vehicle, and the 2018 Ford Expedition was no exception. On last week's Autoline After Hours, we were joined by the chief engineer of the SUV, Todd Hovener, and he shared one area where there was some back and forth with design.
You know, probably the biggest was the never-ending work that we do with studio and making sure that, especially a utility vehicle like this, we get the function along with what styling needs to make sure it attracts people in. So just like the roof rail, I use that. A lot of our competitors, they have a flush mounted roof rail because it's a good aesthetic that the styling folks want. I needed function. I always use a Christmas tree and tying it down in the winter, and I need to just put a simple rope in through the rail because I may not have crossbars or whatever else with me at the time. And so I wanted an air gap between the bottom of the rail and the roof. Right. They wanted an aesthetic look where it was flush, and so I got them, and we agreed that we would make it flush-like. So what I did, instead of having the roof and the rail and then seeing a gap, I embedded the rail in amongst the roof beads. So it's kind of a nested or snake.
So you still have the gap, but you don't really
still
see
have the
it
gap, but from the outside it looks flush-like, and so it was a win-win. But I think that tension through the development of the program is necessary and good because we push each other to excel. But it also turns out to be the most difficult part because you have to work through and try to get what everybody wants.
For more about the development of the all-new Ford Expedition, you can watch that entire show right now on Autoline.tv or check it out on our YouTube channel. But that wraps up today's report. Thanks for watching, and please join us again tomorrow.